Welcome back, everybody. Today we're taking a deep dive into something from Dale Carnegie that's, well, it's so simple. You might even call it sneaky.
Yeah.
The power of a smile.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to crack open how to win friends and influence people
Okay.
to find out if a smile can really be a secret weapon for success.
You know what's fascinating about Carnegie?
Yeah.
He doesn't just preach these feel-good platitudes.
Right.
He connects smiling to these deeper principles of influence, like
Yeah.
disarming defensiveness and really fostering a genuine connection with someone.
So we're not just talking about, like being nice here.
Not at all.
No.
Okay. We're going to look at the science, the anecdotes, and we'll even give you some actionable techniques
Ooh, I like that part.
to use this principle in your own life.
Challenge accepted. I'm
Oh.
already intrigued.
Okay.
Now, Carnegie starts by suggesting that a smile is almost a universal language.
He argues that it transcends cultural differences, creates instant goodwill and approachability.
But isn't that a bit oversimplified? I mean, surely there are cultures where smiling can be interpreted differently, right?
You're right to question that.
Yeah.
While smiling generally conveys warmth and openness,
Right.
there definitely are cultural nuances.
Sure.
But Carnegie's point is that in most contexts, a smile
Okay.
is a powerful first step in building rapport.
Makes sense. It's like a nonverbal signal that says, hey, I'm friendly and approachable.
Exactly.
Okay.
And do you remember that anecdote
Uh-huh.
from the chapter summary about the man at the train station?
Yeah.
He consistently received terrible service
Right.
until he decided to approach the staff with a smile and genuine gratitude.
So suddenly he gets VIP treatment.
Yeah,
It seems almost too easy.
it might seem that way, but it illustrates a key principle from Carnegie,
Okay.
disarming people with kindness.
Hmm.
A smile shows that you're not a threat,
Right.
which makes other people much more receptive to your requests.
Okay. I'm starting to see how this goes beyond just being polite. But what about the science behind smiling? Is there actual evidence that it impacts outcomes, or is this just feel-good stuff?
There is actually quite a bit of research on the psychology of smiling.
Really?
Have you heard of mirror neurons?
Vaguely. I think there's something to do with our brains mimicking actions that we see.
Exactly.
Okay.
Research shows that when we see someone smile, our mirror neurons fire as if we are smiling ourselves.
Wow.
This creates an instant feeling of connection and shared emotion.
So it's like a subconscious empathy trigger.
Precisely.
Okay.
And then there's the facial feedback hypothesis.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. Tell me more.
Essentially, this hypothesis suggests that the act of smiling, even if it's forced,
Mm,
can actually trigger physiological changes in our brains,
okay.
leading to the release of mood-boosting chemicals like dopamine and serotonin.
Well, are you saying that even a fake smile can make you feel better?
To some extent, yes.
Mm.
It's not a long-term solution, but it can be a useful tool to help shift your mindset in the moment.
That's fascinating. But wouldn't a fake smile come across as insincere? Especially in a professional context, wouldn't people see right through that?
You're right to raise that point.
Okay.
Authenticity is crucial. Carnegie talks about the Duchenne smile, which engages both the mouth
Right.
and the muscles around the eyes,
Mhm.
creating crow's feet.
Ah, so it's not just about plastering on a grin.
Not at all.
Okay.
A Duchenne smile signals genuine joy and warmth.
Yeah.
It's hard to fake, which makes it a powerful tool for building trust and rapport.
I'm picturing myself walking into a board meeting trying to force a Duchenne smile.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best approach for every situation.
You bring up a good point. Context matters.
Yeah.
A giant grin might not be appropriate in every situation,
Right.
but even a subtle upturn of the lips can convey warmth and approachability.
Like that steel magnate Charles Schwab?
Yes.
The chapter summary mentioned how he attributed much of his success to genuinely smiling at his workers.
That's a great example.
Yeah.
Schwab understood the power of creating a positive and engaging environment.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't just bark orders. He connected with his employees on a human level.
So it's not just about being nice to people.
Right.
It's about using the power of a smile
Yeah.
to create a more positive and productive atmosphere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Inspired by Schwab's approach, let's look at how you can cultivate this kind of authentic warmth in your own interactions.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay, but how do you actually do that?
Yeah.
I mean, I get that smiling is important.
Right.
But what if you're just not feeling it?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm having a stressful day, the last thing I want to do
Yeah.
is plaster a smile on my face.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah.
The good news is you don't have to force a giant grin when you're feeling stressed. Remember, even a small, genuine smile can make a big difference.
So what's the secret? How do you find that genuine warmth when
Yeah.
you're not exactly feeling warm and fuzzy inside?
Carnegie suggests focusing on finding anything you genuinely appreciate about the person or the situation. It could be as simple as acknowledging their presence,
Okay.
appreciating their effort, or even just enjoying the fact that you're having a human interaction.
So it's about shifting your focus.
Yes.
Even if it's just for a moment,
Yeah.
to find something positive to latch onto?
Exactly. And that shift in focus can have a ripple effect,
Great.
not just on the other person, but on yourself as well.
Right.
Remember the facial feedback hypothesis we talked about?
Yeah.
Sometimes the act of smiling can actually help shift your internal state towards positivity.
It's like tricking your brain into feeling better.
Right.
I like it.
It's not
Yeah.
about denying your emotions,
Mm-hmm.
but rather using a simple tool to help navigate them more effectively.
Makes sense. This all makes me think about all the different scenarios where a smile could really make a difference.
Yeah,
Like the chapter summary mentions social situations like a party.
that's true. A warm smile can make someone feel more comfortable approaching you.
Right.
It acts as a nonverbal invitation to connect.
And what about in a professional setting?
Yeah.
Like a job interview.
Okay.
I've always been told to maintain a professional demeanor,
Uh-huh.
which I interpreted as don't smile too much.
That's an interesting point. While professionalism important,
Right.
a genuine smile can actually enhance it,
Really?
not detract from it. It shows you're approachable, enthusiastic, and genuinely interested.
So it's not about being overly bubbly,
Right.
but rather finding that balance between warmth and competence.
Exactly.
Okay.
Think about leaders you admire.
Yeah.
I bet many of them possess both qualities.
Yeah.
They know how to connect with people on a human level
Right.
while also commanding respect.
I'm also thinking about everyday interactions, like with a cashier or a delivery driver.
Right.
A smile can really brighten someone's day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those small moments of connection,
Mhm.
however fleeting they might be, can have a ripple effect,
Right.
spreading positivity throughout our communities.
But what about those people who claim they're just not smiley people?
Yeah.
Can you really change your natural disposition?
Carnegie believed that smiling, like any habit, can be cultivated over time.
Okay.
He suggested starting small.
Yeah.
Maybe aim to smile at one person each day and gradually increase it from there.
So it's about making a conscious effort,
Yes.
being intentional about incorporating more smiles into your daily interactions.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you practice, the more natural it will become.
Mm.
You might even find that you start to enjoy it.
I can see how that would happen. Smiling is contagious, after all.
Yes.
When you see someone smiling, it's hard not to smile back.
That's the beauty of it.
Right.
It creates this positive feedback loop.
Right.
And as we start to smile more, we might even notice a shift in our own outlook and well-being.
Okay, I'm convinced. But there's still like one nagging doubt in my mind. Some people might worry that smiling makes them seem weak or less competent,
Yeah.
especially in a professional setting.
Right.
Is there any truth to that?
That's a common concern, especially in fields where seriousness is often equated with authority. But research actually suggests the opposite.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Studies have shown that smiling can actually enhance perceptions of competence and trustworthiness.
So it's not like an either-or situation.
Right.
It can be both warm and competent.
Precisely. It's about finding that sweet spot where you're authentically yourself while also harnessing the power of a smile to create a more positive and productive environment.
So it sounds like we've debunked the myth of the resting serious face as a prerequisite for success.
I think we have.
Yeah.
And remember, a smile isn't just about external appearances.
Right.
It can have a profound impact on our internal state as well.
Right. We talked about the release of those mood-boosting chemicals.
Exactly. Smiling can be a powerful tool for managing stress, boosting our energy levels, and even strengthening our immune systems.
It's like a secret weapon for overall well-being.
I love that analogy. And the best part is, it's a weapon that's available to all of us.
Right.
It doesn't require any special skills or resources. It's simply a choice.
A choice to approach the world with warmth, openness, and a genuine desire to connect.
Beautifully said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the power of a smile, I have a little challenge for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
What do you think about this? Think about one situation this week where you can consciously use a smile to create a more positive outcome.
Okay.
It could be at work in a social setting, or even a brief encounter with a stranger. Just pay attention to the shift in energy both within yourself and in the other person. You might be surprised.
I love that challenge. It's a great reminder that we have the power to make a difference in our own lives and in the lives of others through something as simple as a smile.
It's about being intentional with our actions
Mm-hmm.
and recognizing the ripple effect that even small gestures can have.
Right.
And hey, who knows? You might even inspire someone else to smile along the way.
Let's start a smile chain reaction.
What?
I'm all in. So to recap, we've explored how a smile is a powerful tool for connection, influence, and personal happiness. It transcends cultural boundaries, boosts our mood, and creates a more positive environment for everyone.
And remember, it's not about forcing a fake grin.
Right.
It's about tapping into that genuine warmth and appreciation that lies within each of us.
We talked about the science behind smiling, the importance of authenticity, and practical tips for incorporating more smiles into our everyday lives.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it all comes down to making a conscious choice.
Right.
To embrace the power of a smile.
A choice that can transform not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us.
Well said. That's it for our deep dive on the power of a smile. Until next time, keep smiling, stay curious, and keep exploring.